Let's dig deep on that issue of pay equity, because 5 of your colleagues now on the team have filed a wage discrimination action against the U.S. Soccer Federation with the EEOC, the Equal Opportunity Commission. And just the figures, because in the complaint, they cite that in 2015, the women's team earned $2 million for winning the World Cup, while the men's team made $9 million without even advancing beyond round 16. Tell us about that conversation that you had that was going on with your teammates.
Well, I think it's been an evolution because now, don't forget, because people easily forget. In 1972, Title IX was enacted into law by Richard Nixon. It didn't start becoming compliant, and universities didn't start becoming compliant until the late 80s, early 90s, right? I'm a byproduct of Title IX, and Title IX is a federal law that governs and imparts federal funding to federal institutions that they have to basically give as many opportunities to men and women if it's a federally funded institution. And it was created for education, ironically. All the athletes in this room, they're like, really? I just learned this, no joke, like a couple months ago. And the best byproduct that could have come from Title IX was this ability for some of these women's soccer players and basketball players and women's athletes to actually go to college and get a scholarship. Now, I take you back because we always have to remember where we came from to go forward, right? And all of the national team now is kind of a byproduct, a positive byproduct of this Title IX. And you see generationally kind of what happens. And that's why, now, like the millennials, you guys in this room, us old people are like, oh, you guys millennials are so annoying. But you're not, because the whole point of evolution is that you guys don't have to work as hard as us. And I don't know why older people complain about that, because our parents complained about it, and we were like, oh, you couldn't walk uphill in the snow both ways to school. That's just physically impossible. Like, that's still like what my dad says. I'm not kidding. So to go back to the lawsuit, I think it's so important that this is a conversation that's been evolving for so long. And now women who are coming out of college, they are feeling not entitled, because that's a horrible word. They feel like they deserve to be treated equally.
We do deserve to be treated equally.
And that's like the truth. And I think it's such a great, amazing byproduct of Title IX. I think it's amazing that these women are taking these steps. It's a courageous step, because their fear, right, is that U.S. Soccer is gonna, shut down their paychecks. And it's not like the women on the national team are making millions and millions of dollars. Guys, sorry to disappoint you, but we're not. Some are making great money off the side in their own worlds, in their own personal businesses and whatnot, but some of the lower end paid players, they're not making that much money, whether they're on the World Cup team or not. And so that's why this fight is so important, is because it's not for even the highest paid player, the best players on the team. It's for the other players who, in a lot of ways, make the success of the national team possible.